it was definitely tough. After that last operation, it was being at home and going through the healing process. And I had, patches on my eyes, and my mom would have to put eye drops in my eyes. And, I couldn't be out in the sun for long periods of time. And,
Yeah.
it was a lot going on. So it was definitely tough. But fortunately, I have, amazing mom. So,
Yeah. Yeah, she's still with us, isn't she?
oh, yeah. Yeah. She's back
Becky's.
home in Raleigh. Yeah.
Yeah, so good. Um, so is the rest of the story, so you joined the chess team and you just sat in a dark room and just played chess and said like,
Exactly.
well, I'm
Give
just
my
gonna
mind right.
bail. I'm not gonna try to achieve anything.
Yeah.
Hey, tell us what happened next.
It was just a lot of learning life in a different way. So, I still had to go to school and get my education. So I learned how to read Braille, and I learned how to use technology, different pieces of accessible technology. So you have your computers that can speak to you, or your smartphones that speak to you, and I can type and things like that. Um, Learn how to use a cane. So, I could slide the cane from left to right. So I know when to step onto a curb, off of a curb, go upstairs, downstairs, avoid obstacles. And I just learned how to understand where I was in space, and I learned how to kind of see what I wanted to see out of myself in certain areas. So specifically by that, like something literal, like my neighborhood. Couldn't see that anymore. So now I had to learn how to
Yeah.
navigate without being able to see it. So understanding that, okay, I feel the concrete under my feet. Now when I get to the grass line where it meets the concrete meets the grass, and I know I can either turn left or right. If I go left, that'll lead me down the sidewalk that goes to the dumpsters to dump out the trash, which my mom showed me where that was.
Yeah, she did.
Um, or I could go to the right, and I could, take one step, go up three stairs, and that would bring me to a landing, which I then knew to turn to the left. And as I took 4 or 5 steps forward, I knew that I could reach my right hand out, and that would lead me to the handrail that would go upstairs to our front door. So
Oh
it
my
was
God.
really, yeah, it was really like creating these maps inside of my mind and using landmarks and other external things to understand how to navigate and understand where I was in space.
Yeah, when we talk about how you can actually see more than most of us in a lot of ways, I'm going to skip ahead just for a moment. You and I taught a class, gosh, was it 6 years ago, 7 years
Yeah.
ago at university here? And you I picked you up at the Olympic Training Center. We drove out there. You taught this class. At one point, you said, "Hey, is there a piano somewhere up here?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "No way." And then
Yeah.
you just rip this like amazing thing. And you've got pipes too. Like you actually can sing, not just like polite sing, like you can sing. Well, we get in the car and we're driving home. I bet it's 45-minute drive. And we're talking as we go. And then you said, just from the passenger say, turn the next right. I'm like, what the heck? Like you can't see. And then I'm like trying to just process all this. And then you said bump in 3 seconds. And then 3, 2, 1, speed bump.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, so like this idea of this internal mapping that you do, you have this situational awareness because I would imagine these senses have become heightened by necessity. And
Yeah.
then also with training, you're just always keeping track.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And it's like, I mean, when you're when you're on the roads and you travel a certain path day to day to day to day to day, you start to understand the different nuances of the roads and the streets and the turns. And you know that, all right, well, if I feel this slight left to or the slight turn to the left, then all right, after a couple seconds, then that should lead me to this, or that should lead
Dude.
me to that. So it's really just, yeah, I'm being really, really aware. Um, and it helps me out so much because I'm able to, it appears as though I can see what's going on, but in actuality, well, it appears as though I have eyesight.